My students have been using the LearnPad, which is here on the left, and we've been using it to create compound words. So I'm going to be explaining how we did it on the LearnPad as well as show you how you can do it on the iPad. Basically the same concept, just different apps that you use to create compound words. So the goal was for students to use pictures and create some compound words and share it to their blog. So let me show you first on the iPad here, and then I'll move on to the LearnPad and show you how we did it on the LearnPad. So with the iPad, one thing that we would use is we'd use EduCreations. So with that app, we're not actually going to use it to record anything. We're just using it as a whiteboard to insert some pictures and manipulate those pictures that are within this app itself. So what they would do is they would actually click on the little picture frame, and it allows us to sync to Dropbox. So within Dropbox, there's a folder that we call shared, and this shared folder actually allows them to bring in some pictures that I've already loaded. So within that shared folder, they would have the option to insert a total of 6 pictures. So they would go through this process and they would insert all of these pictures. And then after they got those all in, what their job was to do was to actually move those around and put them in the correct order, and then actually be able to name each of those with the correct word. So let me get these moved around here so you can see kind of what they had to do. So if we did put these in order here, so then they would take and they would actually write. So this would be dog. This next one would be house. If we combined them, it would actually be dog house. So that is basically what we ended up doing for their creation of compound words. With this, when they were actually done creating both sets, you can see I only did dog house, which makes dog house. They would go and do lunchbox and make lunchbox. When they were done, they would actually take a screenshot of this. So they would take a screenshot of it, which would then allow them to open up their kid blog app. And again, this is on the iPad. It's a little bit different on the LearnPad. Once they were actually on the blog itself, they could then create a post, which would allow them to insert a picture. You can see down at the bottom right, it gives them the option to insert a picture. So they would add it from their photo library since they took a screenshot of it. You can see right there is the image of their compound words that they made. They would go ahead and publish it, and it would then show up on their kid blog account. So a way to catalog their compound word creation using EduCreations and kid blog. Now, same concept on the LearnPad, but with LearnPad, we actually used the app called Lensu Create, which allowed them to do the same exact process. They could click create new recording. Again, Lensu, very similar to what the iPad is as far as being able to sync to Dropbox. So they would go to Dropbox, same folder. They would go to that shared folder, and within that shared folder, they're able to add the images. The one thing I like better about the LearnPad is that you actually get a thumbnail of the image, whereas on the EduCreations app on the iPad, you just got the name of the file. So the students couldn't actually see a thumbnail of the image, whereas on the LearnPad you can. So it's one nice feature about the LearnPad, that it's a little bit better than the iPad as far as young learners and being able to see a thumbnail of the image they're going to insert. So they would do the same process. I won't go through the whole thing, but they would insert all of the images. They were able to then take and move those just like they were on the iPad, and they would be able to then go ahead and give them the name. And then once they were done, they would repeat the process. They would take a screenshot. After they took a screenshot on the LearnPad, they would exit out and they would go into their blog account. Within their blog account, it gives them the option to create a new post just like they could on the iPad. They would go ahead and click the plus sign, give it a title. Once they touched in the text body, they could click the photo camera icon and click select photo from gallery. Oops. Go back here. And then they were able to locate that screenshot that they took. There's that, again, that image of the compound words. So we're using more than one app. We're using Dropbox along with Lensu and EduBlogs for them to create their compound words and share on the blog. So just a way that we used Lensu and the LearnPad to understand compound words, and also a way that you could do it on iPad. So again, just a way that we've used it to create some digital artifacts to show their understanding of compound words.